If I asked you what makes a great wide receiver, what would you say? You'd probably say speed, athleticism, and even size. But the fact is, that is not what makes a great receiver, and Antonio Brown proves that. Football is a sport played, watched around the world and loved around the world, and it has many fans. But one of the common misconceptions is the fans misjudge the receivers by basing their skills on their flashy plays. I've been a lifelong Steelers fan, which is the NFL team, and I've watched my favorite player, Antonio Brown, for years and years and years, and he quit a couple years ago, but I've watched him for years, so I have a little bit of knowledge on this. And I've noticed that the qualities that him and other elite receivers have include the following, which I'll be going over each of them. They have precision route running, they have consistency in numbers and production, and they also are able to elevate the offense in their own type of way. So first off, elite wide receivers separate themselves through route running. Average receivers rely on athleticism to get open. This usually leads to a struggle to get open. Their success is it's inconsistent, and it doesn't help them win games because it's completely reliant usually on the quarterback and the team they're playing against. Elite wide receivers create space and separation by themselves, and they do this with precise footwork. Timing and hip flexion is something that's key for these maneuvers and these footwork, and the ability to win against press coverage is a little bit more refined, but it's a good detail. It's a good ability. If you're able to win against press coverage off the press, you're able to use footwork and chop your feet, and that initial footwork can help you beat your man in the route, and that can give you the separation needed, and it'll give you the ability to make that separation. And Antonio Brown is regarded as one of the best route runners ever to ever play. Former corners described him as unguardable. Coaches say he has an elite ability to sell fakes or hesitations. Receiver coaches, well, Antonio Brown was the best at being able to get separation, but that doesn't mean he was the best in. He was never the biggest, and he was fast, but I wouldn't say he's the fastest. So all these compliments and all these things that the coaches are saying are really they're just amplifying the fact that he's just such a good route runner, and he knows how to get open, how to create separation, which makes him elite. Receiver coaches say separation is created by technique, not speed. So again, it's about being able to move your feet. It's not about speed. It's about repetition, details, and keeping. It doesn't matter what your baseline speed is. It matters how much you work on your game and your craft to where you can get to the point to make that separation. The greatest wide receivers are consistently productive, and they always can produce. Elite receivers produce at a high level every week for all 17 of them. Contested catches, they always make contested catches. And they have to have the ability to get themselves open on any given down, because that's what wins games in the NFL. Antonio Brown, his run from 2013 to 2018, the 5-6 year stretch, was unmatched and one of the best in receiving history, in NFL receiving history. He had 6 straight seasons with 100 plus receptions. He led the league, and I could get into it, but multiple different categories, more than multiple. I could go on and on, but he led the league in receptions, yards, touchdowns at one point, and I could go on and on during that 2013 to 2018 span. Most importantly, though, from 2013 to 2018, he was number 1 in receptions, which is a big achievement and a big detail that kind of highlights his legacy during the time he had at the Steelers. So, elite wide receivers elevate their whole team. Defenses have to game plan to that one receiver, which can this can cause double teams or maybe addition of a safety or a deep safety on them. So this can leave spots in the defense where if you have two people guarding one guy, that'll leave space somewhere else on the field for the offense, and this will help elevate the offense to get to that next level. And this will give more chances for the offense to go to other players, and this can really help elevate the team as a whole. It'll help their QB. If the receiver's getting open more often, the throws are easier, the passes are easier, the QB will do better. AB elevated the Steelers' offense. He made it very, very, very much different and very much better than it was before they had him. He was the number one threat, and he catapulted them to getting way, way, way more wins, and that proves by the amount of times they made the playoffs and won in the playoffs. So we went over route running, consistency, and elevating the offense, and these are all characteristics or traits that elite wide receivers have that average receivers don't have, usually. Well, average receivers don't, yes. So where highlight plays go viral, and, average receivers can make them, but these highlight plays aren't greatness. Greatness lies in the details. Greatness lies in the route running, the ability to make your team better. That is what greatness is, and that's how a receiver can bring greatness to the team, and it lies in the details. So receivers aren't born; they are built, and that is through. You can build the most athletic person, but at the end of the day, if they don't have the footwork, they're not going to be able to perform at the NFL stage. And Antonio Brown kind of proves this, and he sets the standard for receivers, and he proved that through his 2013 to 2018 span, while he was one of the most small receivers, the smallest receivers, and not one of the fastest. He was able to prove himself and make a name for himself through the skills and the details and the work he put in off the field. Thank you.